a setback for the proposed Central Library. Good evening and thank you for joining us. The plan to build a new Central Library branch at the Intercity Shopping Centre has hit a major roadblock. City staff have serious concerns, and on Monday, they'll be recommending that Council reject the proposal. Lee Noonan has the story, and she joins us in studio. Lee?
Thank you, Riley. Library CEO Richard Togman has been championing the idea of a Central Library branch at Intercity. We spoke with him today, and despite the setback, he's still hopeful Council could support his vision for the library's future. When the library's master facilities plan goes before Council Monday night, CEO Richard Togman will have to go to bat for his plan to build a Central Library branch at the Intercity Shopping Centre, while City administration will be recommending against that proposal.
They're not looking at what the benefits of this plan are to the library system. They're not looking at the benefits to the community at large. They're really not taking into consideration any of the public support for the project or the survey showing, willingness of taxpayers to fund it.
The master facilities plan includes 3 options: maintaining the status quo, or building the central branch and closing either just Brodie or both Brodie and County Park branches. City administration will be recommending the status quo. They say closing the Brodie Street Library is counter to the city's South Core revitalization plan and would mean losing control of the heritage building. Also, that investing in a leased property is too risky.
The asset itself isn't owned by the library or by the city, and so the $14.5 million potential dollars that capital would go into that facility could be lost potentially.
According to Admin's report, the library proposal leaves out important costs such as debt servicing, lost tax revenue, and pre-existing renovation plans. Togman argues the Central Library plan is financially sound and shouldn't cost the city much more than the status quo.
All they're looking at it is from a very narrow financial perspective, saying if the worst case scenario happens and the library does no fundraising, receive no grants, if no extra money is coming in, what could the ultimate burden be on the city's budget? And something that I think is really important to reiterate to City Council, that the library is not just a budget item, it's really the heart of our community.
It's not unheard of for City Council to decide against staff recommendations, and Togman hopes this will be one of those occasions. Lee Noonan, TBT News.
Ontario's newly appointed Lieutenant Governor made her first official visit to Thunder Bay today.
There's a little piece of paradise that you have here, and Lac Supérieur is such a beautiful lake.
The Honourable Idette Dumont's first stop was at City Hall for a quick photo op before a closed-door meeting with the mayor. From there, they headed to the 55 Plus Centre, where the King's representatives and Ontario met with local residents and dignitaries. They took a tour of the facility and got a quick snooker lesson.
Of course, as a 55 plus, I'm joining that group. I'm very close to people that are aging. How can we make them active until the end? And I think we have a beautiful example here in Thunder Bay with this center. I think it's the most amazing one I visited so far. And I've been quite around in Ontario, so they have many practices, I would say, to share with other centers like this one.
As the province's first Franco-Ontario Lieutenant Governor, Dumont says she can bring a little of the province's diversity to the job. Tomorrow, she'll make stops at the Waverley Library, the local Francophone Centre, and the Evergreen facility. The Lieutenant Governor will also be at tonight's Live on the Waterfront event at Marina Park. The free concerts kick off this evening and will be held every Wednesday night from now until the end of August. Nev Van Pelt is standing by with special events developer Karen Kadolf, and she joins us live from the Waterfront. Nev?
Thanks, Riley. I'm here with Karen, like you said, and Karen, such an exciting night. The Live on the Waterfront's here. Can we just start with telling us who's going to be performing tonight?
Yeah, for sure. So we're super excited. So tonight we have a local favorite, Cold Lake Sun, as well as the sensational Hot Rods. And then we also have Daniel Romano's Outfit playing as well. So super exciting night.
Yeah, and lots of people already here out to watch everything. So can you just talk a little bit about what makes this such a popular event?
Of course. So Live on the Waterfront is really unique. So it's, first of all, it's a free concert. So who doesn't like a free concert? And then we do try to do a focus on a lot of local artists as well. But then we also do invite different Canadian artists down to the waterfront from kind of all over Canada. Lots of different diverse acts as well, and kind of things that you wouldn't normally get to see and you wouldn't get to see for free. So it's just a really neat event. We also have lots of food vendors here. We have community groups, all that kind of stuff, fun games happening. So it's just a really good community building group.
And then obviously parking's a little bit different this year. Can you tell us a little bit more about what the situation is there?
Yeah, for sure. So there is paid parking in effect. So most locations are $2 an hour. It goes from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. So if you are coming down, just kind of keep that in mind. But we also do encourage people to use active transportation as well. So take the bus, walk, whatever you can do. But still come on out. The event itself is free, so we hope everybody comes out.
All right, thank you so much for your time. A perfect night to kick off the events. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Riley.
Thanks so much, Nev. Well, the union representing thousands of liquor store workers in Ontario is back at the bargaining table today for the first time since a strike began. CTV's Sean Leathong has more.
You can see the workers behind me. We are at a licensee fulfillment center in Mississauga, and I'm going to show you what they've been doing so far. I just step out of frame. You can see several trucks lined up along the road here, and the workers are slowing those trucks as they go through because they're trying to slow down anybody who is doing business with the LCBO. Some of the workers I spoke to today said that they are a bit optimistic that the two sides are back at the bargaining table, and hopefully they want a way to bring an end to this 12-day strike, because many of the people here say they just want to get back to work. Now, Premier Doug Ford was also reached today at his Premier's meeting in Halifax, saying the very same thing. So it's really up to what they can get done at the bargaining table. And as this strike goes on, we've seen at some grocery stores and some bars that they are getting low on their supply. So I'm sure there are some consumers who want that as well. But we got a clip from the Premier just a little while ago. But first, I spoke to one of the workers on how they feel about the two sides being back.
We're not here for
It's like a half needle, half truck.
thorn in the side of Ontario summer. We're trying to get back, want to get back to work. Most people out here want to get back to work. They have to. But at the end of the day, people getting at a table. Hopefully Dougie shows up from his trip out to Quebec with all the premiers and, be a man.
Hopefully we can get this done. We've offered benefits. We've offered a pay increase. We've offered full-time, part-time folks, full-time opportunities, over 400 of them. And so hopefully we can get this done. But I just got to thank the frontline LCBO workers. When I talk to them, they're so polite. I always say, they tell me their stories. It hits you in the heart, and I just want them back to work. And they want to get back to work, every one of them.
Now, just out today, there was a Leger poll which polled 600 Ontarians who said that less than a third of them want the government to intervene in this strike. About half of them do believe in what the workers are going for, those increased wages and more full-time opportunities. But people generally do not like the fact that the LCBO is closed right now.
And that was CTV's Sean Leathong reporting. The United Way of Thunder Bay's annual community barbecue took place this afternoon. The fundraiser, complete with a dunk tank, was held outside the regional food bank. Here's Joel Medelson with the story.
This year's community barbecue had a solid turnout, with people coming to enjoy food and drinks as well as a variety of activities. Included in this year's festivity is a mini duck race, 50-50 raffle, and a dunk tank. The barbecue is run by the local United Way, the RFDA, and the Dewdrop Inn, with title sponsor IG Wealth Management. This is generally one of the United Way's smaller initiatives, as they expect to raise approximately $15,000. However, CEO Albert Brulé said it's not just about the money.
It's not, our biggest fundraiser, but we do it a lot for the partnership, the collaboration, supporting another community organization like the Rowan Tree. It's fun for the volunteers, it's fun for our supporters, and it's just a symbol of community coming together. We believe that we can do more when we work together than when we all kind of go our own separate way.
The newest partner for the community barbecue for this year is the Rowan Tree Collective, which is an organization that aims to help young adults with autism. Those who attend the barbecue can purchase one or more meals, which will go towards a Pay It Forward barbecue, which will be specifically for the members of Rowan Tree.
I hope people are being generous and thinking of us as they pay for their lunch today. The Rowan Tree Collective is so excited to be working with RFDA, the Dewdrop Inn, the United Way, part of our life skills programming every week. We're making sandwiches, we're making baking that we send back out into the community. It's a great partnership. We love working in partnership with them.
For anyone who missed the barbecue, there are many other fun initiatives for people to get involved with United Way. Coming up in September, they're having a Wasaya plane pull, in which teams get together to pull a plane along a runway to benefit a good cause.
Tug of war between you and a jet, and we see who can pull the jet the fastest down the runway, and all sorts of prizes and good times and fun. And we usually do a bit of a food collection for the RFDA while we're there. So again, we're supporting a variety of community organizations, important initiatives.
Joel Mendelson, TBT News.
The Port Arthur Rotary Club held an event last night to celebrate their 100th anniversary and highlight the strong women in their club. The group also announced a call for proposals for their Centennial Allocation Fund. Over the past 30 years, the majority of presidents in the club have been women. The event at the Thunder Bay Art Gallery featured many speeches, including by the outgoing president. Shelley Crawford says the Rotarians went above and beyond for community members during her year of leadership. Current President Matthew Vila says to mark their 100th year, they wanted to do something special.
So we have $20,000 extra that we are going to spend on our bursaries, on our allocations. So allocations go directly to the community to help community projects. So as long as the project is good and goes to the community, it goes to a team, we determine where the allocations go and we let the community know. So we are here to announce we have $20,000, and if you have a little project, feel free to check us out on our website and submit the project absolutely to Port Arthur Rotary.
Anyone interested in becoming a Rotarian can check out their website. Kids with cancer and blood disorders, as well as their siblings, are enjoying the sunny weather at Camp Quality this week. The charitable program is set up at Shabandawan Lake, with campers partaking in fun activities to bring joys to those kids going through tough times. Justin Hardy has the story.
Since 2002, Camp Quality has been a summer haven for Northwestern Ontario children battling cancer and related blood disorders. The camp is run by volunteers and aims to provide inclusive activities for the campers. In addition, the participants are able to bring one sibling along to take part in the fun. Area Camp Director Sam Stovall says this year's campers have had smiles on their faces since they arrived, and adds that their enjoyment makes it all worthwhile for the volunteers.
Being able to come out and just focus on the fun activities that our programming team has in place is really important to give them that opportunity to just be a kid. It's also a great opportunity for the siblings to get involved and be out of their home situations where they are the center here of the programming, and our pure goal is to just make sure that they're having a great time.
Camp Quality has taken place at the Wilderness Discovery Center for the past 3 years. Before that, it was held at Loon Lake. The camp made the switch following the pandemic when it provided virtual summer camp programming. The campers have been thrilled to have the full summer camp experience again. What do you like about this camp?
It's fun. There's lots of new people here, and you meet new friends.
Probably just coming back, and meeting new friends and all the nice people, and there's free food.
So far, it's been a really great week. We've only seen many smiles. We like to say our first day, when we got all the kids in the water with the nice sun and the hot weather, it was pure happiness. All it was smiles, joy, and just being able to see kids being kids.
In addition to the yearly summer camp, Camp Quality runs inclusive year-round programming for children with cancer and blood disorders. More information can be found online by visiting campquality.org. Justin Hardy, TBT News.
Well, it's great to see everybody enjoying themselves there. And Fiona, the weather could have been a little bit more seasonal today, but we still hit 20, so can't complain too much.
You're sounding a little bit like
I'm trying to make
Goldilocks here. Yeah. The weekend was too hot. The last day or so a little too cool.
When is it going to be just right?
Eventually, Mother Nature's going to make it just right. We did have some rain in areas north of Lake Superior today, and just starting to move out. So the Sioux also had a little bit of shower action this afternoon, just a couple of brief showers. But here in the city of Thunder Bay today, we started out with a low of 12, warmed up to 20. Okay, that's about 4 or 5 degrees below normal for this time of year. But all in all, it wasn't a bad day for midweek under mostly cloudy skies. Winds were from the northwest, but relatively light, 9 to 18 kilometers an hour. across the region. Well, it was fairly dry to the west, but temperatures inching their way up to almost seasonal levels. Red Lake at 23, 21 in Fort Frances and Sioux Lookout. Then we've got 20 in Kenora, Dryden, and Atikokanut this hour. Mainly sunny up to the northwest and partly cloudy towards Fort Frances. It's this area where they had that showers, a risk of showers north of the lake, that we've had a lot of cloud in Greenstone, temperatures in the high teens, and Sault Ste. Marie currently managing 20 Celsius, which is their high for the day, under mostly cloudy skies. Now for the city of Thunder Bay tonight, it's going to be, we'll call it crisp. That's what we call it, not cold, just crisp. A low of 8. And although we start out mainly cloudy, we will see some clearing, but the wind could be a bit brisk, up to 40 kilometers per hour. That sounds a little bit ominous, but things are actually looking quite bright, quite cheery, and definitely a little warmer. You might almost call it just right as we head into Thursday and Friday, but I'll have more on that later on in the news hour.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Fiona. Well, when we come back, Canadian premiers call for better cooperation from the federal government, and that's what their main focus is today at as the Premier Summit draws to a close in Halifax.
Conflicts in Eastern Europe and in other areas of the world that I think that the investment is necessary.